Welcome to episode 152 of the Radio Control Show.
Sponsored by AMEandHobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store. At the recent Florida Jets event in Lakeland, Florida, Ray Gonzalez won the Model Airplane News sponsored Best Electric Jet Award for his impressive McDonnell Douglas F4 Phantom. Our friends at SKS Video Productions sent in this video interview of Ray explaining his impressive jet.
All right, how you doing? This is Ray Gonzalez, and we're here at Florida Jets 2012. I brought a BVM Phantom. This is going to be my entry into Top Gun this year. It's got twin EVF 3 fans in there with 12S batteries. I've put in the operating canopies, operating drogue chute, all the lights, missiles, tanks, drop centerline tank, and all the goodies to make it a nice entry into Top Gun. It's painted up in the 301st Squadron from Japan, from the Japanese Air Defense Program in the Amigo scheme. And we just flew it, and the airplane flies amazing. I mean, this model has gone through all types of power plants, and right now with the electrics, it's just an amazing system. Amazing system.
Anytime you have a big race, you'll find the manufacturers will bring out new and prototype products to test and show off. J Concepts is one of those companies, and they always seem to have quite a few new items for us to check out.
This is something that we've had a lot of success with for the associated vehicles. We've had a wide range of gearing options. This is our first spur gear for the Losi 22 line of vehicles. This fits the 22 and the 22T. The TLR vehicle is doing really well on the track here this weekend. Been a very hot selling vehicle. We wanted to bring you that silent speed spur gear option, the precision machined gears from J Concepts. So look for two options available. Silent speed fits the TLR 22 and the 22T. Features the sort of the locking combination configuration that the TLR uses on their slipper assembly. So that's another great option here for that vehicle. We're going to move into, we've talked about them before, the Monroe carbon fiber battery races. And here, kind of pleased to show you all three of them at one time. We have the B4 version for the B4.1, the +8 version. And this has been sort of a popular, hot-looking little accessory item. A lot of people have been asking us about it this weekend. This is it, the Monroe B4.1 battery brace. Brand new here this weekend that we haven't shown yet is the T4.1 Monroe battery brace. Same style configuration, but arranged for the T4.1. So you can see here how that lays out for the T4.
Hi there, it's John Reed with Model Airplane News and Electroflight. And today I want to talk about the new system that Horizon has come out for smaller aircraft, the AS3X. It's hard to really describe this thing because when you look at the system itself, it's just this tiny little chipboard that's in there, and there's not much to see. But once you start flying the plane, especially if you've flown this type of plane before, you realize quickly how great the system is. As the plane's flying, it's making hundreds of self-corrections. A little gust of wind, it will adjust for it. It will keep the plane on track, like once it's heading one direction, it tries to keep it in that direction. The bottom line is that when you fly it, you feel like you're a much better pilot. The plane responds only to the response that you put in. The cool thing about this is that it comes installed in 3 different planes, and each one is matched for that type of aircraft. So you can't really pull it out of one and put it in another. Basically, it has to come with that plane. But it's already installed. There's nothing to do. With this plane here, the Beast is what we tested on. We also tested on the Hyper Taxi. It's in there. You bind to it to your controller or your transmitter, and you just go out and fly. You don't even think about it. It reacts all the time when this thing is on. What I can say is that it's like flying a much larger plane. It has the flight envelope and performance of flying a much bigger aerobatic plane, a solid aerobatic plane in the air. And when you're flying this, you can do 3D maneuvers that you couldn't do before. When this plane first came out, the Beast here, it was a fun plane to fly, but it definitely wasn't a 3D type of plane. It was one that you flew around the gym and you just had a blast with. Now you can fly it around the gym. You can come out here at the field outside and not worry about, you know, a slight wind. I mean, you can't, you know, go in a 40-mile-an-hour wind, but you know, 4 or 5 miles probably the max. But you don't have to worry about the wind so much. You get out there and fly, and before it would bounce this thing and flip it, and you'd have to hurry up and correct it and get it back on track. Now, when it starts to flip it, it automatically corrects right away, and so it just keeps it in track. When it's flying towards you, you can sort of see the adjustments that it makes. But all I can say is that once you try this thing on the small planes, you will never not shy away from small planes, because a lot of people would fly them and say, yeah, they're fun, but they're a pain in the butt. This thing, you fly it, it's a blast. Next thing you know, you're flying this small, low plane all the time. It's just a lot of fun with this system.
This week's Deal of the Week on AirRaidStore.com is our Getting Started in Rock Crawling book, regularly priced at $24.95. As a Deal of the Week, it's half off and now available for $12.48. Stay tuned. Deals of the Week will run from Friday to Friday when a new deal will be unveiled.
A-Main Hobbies, the biggest selection of remote control cars, trucks, planes, and helicopters. Want parts and accessories? A-Main Hobbies has what you need. Visit us at amainhobbies.com or call 800-705-2215. Get it all at A-Main Hobbies. Leave your competition in the dirt.
RCX, the world's biggest RC show, is heading to Long Beach, California in just 4 weeks. If you are into RC, this is the place to be on April 28th and 29th. Get $5 off the ticket price when you purchase online at rcx.com. Remember to head to your local hobby shop or newsstand for the May issues of Rated Control Car Action and Model Airplane News.
You can also check out rccaraction.com and modelairplanenews.com for everything we covered this week.
Thanks again for joining us on the Rated Control Show.
And we'll see you next time.